Hey guys, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Jake.
We've been friends since before we were in high school, and so we call ourselves bros because of that. And then, it actually became legit whenever I married his sister, and we're actually legitimately brothers now.
Asshole.
So, each week we're gonna get together just to more or less just to catch up and hang out with each other. But we're also gonna bring friends on and talk about different things going on in the world, not political, but just fun stuff.
Hot topics, hot takes.
Yeah, just to have a good time, and most of it's just going to be us bullshitting with each other, but we're also going to bring questions to the table to our friends that they're not going to expect.
Put them in the hot seat.
Yep, and just have a good time with it. So, welcome to our podcast.
Two bros with benefits. Let's go.
Back on Two Bros with Benefits podcast. Again, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Jake.
So we do have one of our friends on with us
now. A special
guest,
yes.
A special guest, you might say. He's pretty special. This guy and I have been friends since, I want to say, like 8th grade. We were on the same basketball team together, and I want to say instantly became best friends. Yeah, I mean, we did. We pretty much instantly became friends, and we've been friends ever since. We're basically family in my mind. I was the best man in his wedding. He was in my wedding as well as you. And again, we've stayed close together all those years through family, adding children to families and all that kind of stuff. So,
then I met him, kind of through high school. I mean, I knew a little bit, like the grade school dances and stuff, I knew of.
You guys used to dance together at the dances?
That jerk's name, yeah. But then
was he
your bro with
benefits? Was he your bro with
benefits?
He
was at the time. And then, in high school, we really got to know each other. We kind of feuded a little bit, but we settled it with a West Side Story style knife fight. And that kind of solidified the friendship. We both bled a little. We bled each other. And we've been friends since.
Yeah, we bled each other.
I hear a laugh. Oh, what was that?
What is that?
Wait. So maybe there he is. Hey, it's Adam James. Asadwam Jasames.
Yeah.
So if you don't know,
hey
he's battles from crippling hurt fingers, so it's kind of hard for him to type. Yeah.
I used the home row. Tried.
It's hard when you got fingers bound together.
Yeah, I said AASSDDFF, and I tried to type my name that way.
The sad thing is that's probably how you've been typing your name your whole life. You're just using it as an excuse.
The problem is I did this before I set my computer up or plugged anything in. I thought it'd be really funny, and then I couldn't do a thing once I got it taped up.
For the listeners out there, Adam has tape all over his fingers, and there's a bit of a story behind that. It's really just an inside joke. Jake, you want to talk about that?
I mean, we grew up in the era of watching all the great 90s movies, and Sandler was really, a big popular, comedic idol back then. So Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore were huge to us. They're big classics. They still are. I mean, I think everybody's seen those movies, and if you haven't, go out and watch them right now. But we grew up quoting those movies and stuff, and for some reason, a quote through Happy Gilmore with having hurt fingers really stuck with Adam. So I've just kind of carried it on through his whole life. Anytime he started his own business, and I made sure to blow up his comment section with questions about how things operated if you had hurt fingers.
Every post there was a comment about someone's hurt fingers and how do you accommodate for people with hurt fingers, or how we exclude people with hurt fingers.
The best was the company would respond with a response, a sincere response, but also throwing a jab at me too, because deep down, it was my friend on the other side of the keyboard.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
They had to be professional on their end, obviously.
It's stuck with them since
it's still funny.
Yeah,
high school, college,
Do you still? I sold that business, but do you still do that? Do you still comment on their pages?
That was one. So he sold his portion of the business, and
to my partner.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, make sure you keep doing that." And so, yeah, for a while I did. For a while, I don't really see posts anymore. So
Yeah.
obviously, you were the marketing expert.
Oh, I don't know. He was pretty good at that, but
Pretty good,
but
No, you're the expert.
but I was quick to respond.
right? Yeah.
So I'm gonna
So-
probably take this. I don't know if I can take this off, honestly, the way I've got him taped up. But we'll see. We'll see.
So when Jake and I first started talking about just doing this podcast and bringing friends on, our both of our first like guests, we were like, yeah, we need to bring Adam on.
Yeah, sure.
He's I guess we can call him funny, and we just thought it'd be a good, fun conversation. Just to
He's got good opinion. He's a good speaker and stuff. So we're hopefully we're making you nervous. We're gonna try to make you nervous.
That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure right before you get me canceled.
Right before we grill you. Yeah. That's our goal. Our goal is to get as many friends as we can canceled.
That's actually the reason we started this.
We were thinking about naming it. Bros trying to get bros canceled.
Yeah.
But, it was already taken. So
It's already taken.
we stuck with bros. Yeah, bros with benefits.
Well, I've been listening to your podcast for a long time, so it's nice to be on.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I know every episode so far.
All of them. Yeah, you do. Yep. Yep. A little bit about yourself, if you want to tell a little bit about like your background or your family. I mean, like, we obviously we know your wife. We grew up with her as well, and I'll let you kind of take the reins.
Yeah, so like you guys both said in the intro, Kevin and I met way back playing basketball together, and then Jake and I in high school, and always parked our cars in Jake's driveway, and I had a Saturn with dent-proof doors, if you remember.
Yeah.
So we used to
just tested that theory out a lot
every day. Just used to throw bounce passes off the Saturn for a jump shot in Jake's driveway, and
school's out. So move out.
School's out, move out.
Thump up.
No thump up. Oh my God.
She passed away. So
30 years ago. She's 150.
Yeah, not trying to take over what you're saying, but yeah. So they all parked in my driveway. We lived right across the street from our high school, and everyone parked in my driveway in the morning. And our next door neighbor, she was, your stereotypical horrible old witch of a neighbor, and we made her life miserable.
I guess
we
not
probably
really.
took some years off her life. So
not enough.
What's crazy is after she passed away, so apparently she wasn't allowing anyone in that home for like the 30 years that she's in there, except for her boyfriend. Her husband was in a nursing home. She had a boyfriend. He left at 10:30 p.m. every night. He left at 10:30 on the dot. We could tell it was 10:30 because whenever he was leaving. But
he was leaving.
So,
oh my God!
And then she allowed one of her daughters, and so apparently after she passed away, they went in and they were trying to clean it out. So apparently she was like a crazy hoarder, and like to the extent where you had to like shimmy through the whole house, like there was like stacks of trash and collecting stuff. But I hear a lot about like old people being like that, especially like people that were born like post-war, World War II, like they didn't have a whole lot of stuff back then. So whenever they did start acquiring stuff after the war, they really hung on to it. Everything seemed to be like sentimental for them. So I've actually heard a lot of old people.
There's no chance she was born after World War II, by the way.
She was born. No. Growing up.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah. Fair. She was probably closer to the Great Depression.
Yeah,
I would say she was definitely late 20s or early 30s.
Yeah, I'd say she probably.
Anyways, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
But
continue.
Yeah. So more about me.
So anyway, what about that?
Yeah.
This is going to be fun. I'm glad I did this.
Yeah.
Well, it's been fun, guys.
Right. If you can, Adam, just say your name one more time for us, so we get a good audio.
Adam Jasames.
Adam James. Trying to
jinx me on a podcast, you dumbass moron. Are you kidding me?
Dead air. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. We'll stop.
So stupid.
We're not going to get anywhere.
You jinxed me in the first 3 minutes, and I'm just going to sit here silent for an hour. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, so, like I said, you guys know this, but for the few listeners For the listener who doesn't know me,
Many listeners.
Yeah, listeners. Yeah,
Listener.
married girl Paige from our high school class, and my light just shut off in here. It does
You got a
that.
ghost in there?
Old house. I don't know. This light always does it in our dining room. I can fix it, or we can just roll with it.
Just keep going, bro.
Roll with it.
Yeah. So married Paige, fella from our high school. We've been married now for almost 12 years, and been together for over 14 years, which is
That's
crazy.
Awesome,
and waited a long time, decided to have kids. COVID hit, and we were like, well, if we're going to do it, if we're going to do this, we better do this. So, yeah. So
interest rates are great.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Let's have a kid.
Let's have a kid. So yeah, so we had our son Lou in 2021. He's 2.5 now, and then we had our daughter Hazel. She was born in April, so she's about 2 months old now. She'll be she'll be 12 weeks tomorrow. So
he's a little angel.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so
we're
I
having
guess
fun.
Yeah, your kids are about what, 8 months apart then, something like that. Because Iris is 10 months old now, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, our kids.
So,
my
kids. I was like,
yeah,
yes.
Sorry, yeah.
You're bad at math, Kevin. Yeah. So yeah, my daughter and Hazel. Yeah, they're about 8 months apart.
So, talk. If you were done talking about your life, Adam, it sounded like you told us your whole story already.
Yeah, we don't want to hear anymore.
Talk about that, guys. You guys both have newborns right now. My daughter turns 5 tomorrow. Elena's going to be 5 tomorrow, guys.
Man.
Yeah. So it's hard for me to even remember what either one of them were like back at that age. What's your life like right now, guys? I know it's a mess, I'm sure, but it's also good. So
yeah, Jake,
Adam's got double trouble.
Yeah, you go first, because even our situation is going to be a bit different.
Well, I mean, with me right now, she's close to getting to 11 months old, and she's taking steps. And
that's so cool.
Soon she'll just be walking, but she's crawling so quick around. So, I mean, it's so much fun now. Like whenever they start, I hate to say this, but I wasn't the whole newborn. My wife loves the newborn stage. Like she ate Hazel up, and I'm more like once they start getting older and you start seeing the personality come out and like they can interact with you and play and they recognize stuff. That's like the most fun for me. So I'm just having a blast. Like, we just crawl around. I get on the floor. I'm like a little kid at heart. So I get on the floor with her. We build and stuff. And we just, we crawl around in her castle and she follows me around. So that's so much fun. But also now, now that she's crawling around and she's starting to take those steps, it's like she's getting into everything and she can get across the house in, a split second. So you really got to watch her. And she's got some teeth. But still, she can't really chew her food all the way. So, and she's at that stage where she just wants to eat everything. So it's like, it's almost kind of scary because any little, lint that gets on the ground or, I've dropped my Zens before, and that's scary and you got straight to the mouth. And so it's like constantly like she's choking on stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna die. Or, like if she aspirate that, we're not worrywarts. We're not like helicopter parents. We really like to let her like explore and like hurt herself. And because of that, she's real fierce and independent. But yeah, I mean, it's just a blast. And, I never like knew I was going to be like a dad. I never like expected to be a parent, but now it's like, I can't see anything else, and it's almost like now all I want is like, I wanted a little boy. I want, in the beginning. And then it's like, I had a girl and I was a girl dad and I really took that on. And now it's like, that's all I want is girls. I babysat a 5-year-old a couple weeks ago and I was like, babe, we just have to have all girls, like I don't know if I can do this keeping up with them. I mean, I say that, but having a boy would be great too, teaching them how to do all like the sports stuff and stuff. I can still do that with Iris, she's so fierce, but it is different. It's different seeing like a boy mentality. I feel like boys are a little wild in the beginning and girls more calm, but then like in the teenage years, the girls become little, they can be little brats and then the boys are calm down a little bit, but or maybe not. I don't know. I think the girls will know how to work us too. Kevin, I know we're talking about the stage of life we're in now, but I think we're all in trouble and gonna stay in trouble for a long time with our daughters.
Elena gets her way. She can get away with murder around me.
Right. Well, what about you, Adam? I mean, like it's got to be crazy for you because you got a 2-year-old and now a newborn.
It is.
So I mean,
I feel like we're in survival mode most days.
Yeah.
You know, some days are fun, are so fun, and some days are just
Yeah. You've got to go outside and yell.
Yeah, get to 8 o'clock. Get to, you know, 8:30 when we can get one down and get through this. But it's also, I mean, of course, it's like, you know, like it is with anything, it's amazing too. Yeah, we had obviously having Lou first. You know, Lou is so fun, and he's at a really fun age right now where he is. I mean, he's at that stage where, like, I get home from work, he's super excited to see me. He's Dad,
Yeah. Hi, Daddy. Hi, Daddy. Yeah, like the other day he was saying that. It's so cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And so that's super cool right now with Lou. And something else I love with Lou right now is like we can have a dang conversation. Like,
yeah,
it's weird. It's so weird. But I'll be like, "Hey man, did you eat lunch today?" Yeah. Like, what'd you have? A peanut butter sandwich. I'm like, what? I didn't know those were phrases he like. It's not like those are not.
I'm having a conversation with you, and you came from my balls.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Tonight he said to Hazel, he said, "I'm so glad I got to see you today, Hazel." I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, where does that come
amazing.
From?" That's
right?
like that is, it's incredible.
They do.
I would have said, "Hazel, I'm so glad you got to see me today."
Yeah. I know
you corrected him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm so glad you got to see me today.
Yeah,
I mean, that's one thing that I noticed too. Yeah, with like Vi and Aiden and Elena and, you know, even Liam, you know, I was still like an adult, but like hearing them progress, like you never give kids enough credit. Like they just say like they pick up so much stuff. They really do capture everything around you. And they say like phrases like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
You know, it's wild.
Well, and it's kind of like you said too, Jake, like we were, you mentioned you never thought you never thought or didn't know if you'd ever be a dad. That was kind of the situation we were in. You know, if you asked us when we first got together, when Paige and I were in our, just came back on.
Oh, there's a lie.
We're in our, 20s, 23, 24, however we were when we got together. We would have both told you absolutely we want a couple kids. Like that's in the plans. That's, whatever. But then like life kind of happens, right? Of course. And then you get a little busy and you're like, gosh, things are going really well. Like we have fun together. We really just enjoy being with each other. And maybe we don't want kids, and maybe it's not for us. And I know obviously your journey was definitely different there than mine, but ours was a lot of just like, I don't know, maybe we won't, and our family being like, are you sure? Like maybe you should, maybe you will. Right. And us kind of being like, well, like we'll figure it out when we're ready. But
so anyway, if it happens.
Yeah. And really like, it really wasn't until, I was 35, right? 34, when we decided like, okay, let's see if like, let's do this. Let's have a kid. And honestly, like
old dad's rule.
Of course we do. We would have been content to not have kids. You know what I mean? But like, like now you can't imagine it any other way. Like, imagine your lives without him, and you don't want to obviously imagine it any other way because it's such a cool thing. And then with Hazel, like she's not. She's almost 12 weeks old, so there's not a lot going on in her world right now. It's a lot of eating, sleeping. But one thing that's really cool, a couple weeks ago, she started that like intentional smiling. And that's the coolest thing. And she gives
all those
them to
little
me.
Firsts are the coolest.
Man. And I get the biggest smiles from her right now, and it's super cool.
I love it.
Yeah. So
and then when I haven't seen her in a while. Who does she favor? Does she look more like you or Paige, you think?
I think it's a good mix.
It's probably a good mix. I don't know. I tend to think more her because I think she looks a bit like Lou, and Lou for the longest time was just like dead,
like the dark hair, dark eyebrows and stuff.
Yeah, but some people do see me.
Both had the most hair I've ever seen on any child.
Oh yeah.
At birth.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's obviously not for me.
Paige is a warrior right now. I'm sure. I'm sure she's being just a champ.
Dude, that's
she cut you a lot of slack. Too. Yeah.
Oh,
moms are the best.
Dude, it's unreal. It's the coolest thing to see that side of them, like, and to see it be so natural for them to do it. And
it's wild.
And like like the most patient, calm, caring, kind person I know anyway. But then to see that with children is like, man,
men are
so
more
cool.
high strung, and the women are just so nurturing. It's like they like take on that mother. I know. And that's always like, Yeah, I'm that way too. Beth's like, I don't know if we can have any more kids. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, uh, I'll be better because I get on to like Aiden, and I get, and I don't like being like that, and I get like stressed out and high strung whenever, whenever I should say Lena, whenever Iris starts to like really cry and stuff. I mean,
Yep.
which I'm really good. It's my own child, so I'm good
It's
at it. But
also
still,
instinctual,
like,
man. Like, yeah.
yeah. But the mothers just swoop in and they're just like, oh, well, they just do it all. They're warriors. The
Paige has
best.
to
Yeah, like you
remind me
said,
sometimes. Paige has to remind me sometimes in the car, like if Hazel's going and Lou's going, and I'm like tensing up because like I
Getting
need to
there,
help fix this. I need this to just like
Yeah.
that, like
We freeze up.
yeah. But she also has to remind me like it's natural for you to react that way. Like we're programmed to respond to babies crying, and we are, so our natural instinct is to like something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong.
Yeah. Right.
But like, yeah, man, I'm high strung like that. Are you that way, Kevin? Are you high strung at all?
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
he is.
so it's weird. Yes, I definitely am. But it's weird for me, man. Like anymore with my kids, like whenever we're out in public, it doesn't bother me as much as it did when they were really young. Like if they're getting out of control a little bit, but other people's kids do. Like that's where I'm kind of just like, oh my God, like somebody pick that kid up. I understand it, like because I've been there. But like, I guess I just kind of tune out my own children whenever they're being like that.
I think everybody's a little bit better with their own kids. And like, but Kevin, you're a really good job. You do a good job at
I know.
I know.
Continue, but I know.
You're good at like being laid back, but you're also like, hey, you're quick to be like, Aiden, be good, or Lena, we don't do that, You're all, everybody's more sensitive to like the girls than the guy, than a little boy, but I think you did a really good job. Like, tonight, stuff when we were out, whenever he was had his little hyper moments, you're like, hey, chill out, But anyways,
he has a lot of those.
I think now, honestly, since we kind of have talked about the whole our children and stuff, I would love, if it's okay with you, Adam, if you told our audience Hazel's birth story, if that is okay with you, because I just think it's amazing, and I think that it's like one of those, you read it in like a movie or you read it in a novel, you know what I mean? It's one of those crazy stories that like it happened, you hear about, but you don't know anybody that something like that's happened to.
Yeah,
so, I love it.
I'm happy to share and got permission to share.
That's why we asked you. That's why we asked you before just bringing it up while we're doing this, because we wanted to make sure it was okay to share.
Some people are sensitive about that stuff, but
no,
I just think that it's like a really cool, beautiful thing.
But like, I mean, true, and that's why I asked, because you guys know me, like I'm an open book all the time. Like, I'm probably to the point of being an oversharer, but like I'm an open book.
Not just your story, though.
That's why we brought you on.
Yeah, but it's like that's how I connect with people, right? So we'll go back to, this was April 4th. We were due on April 7th was our due date. Oh, well, sure.
Do you have like 10 of them down there?
Yeah, a lot of empty bottles.
So that reminds me, I'll have a sip of my.
I gotta get loose. I'm
gonna go get a water, but I have my earbuds in, so I'm listening.
Well,
and I'll talk.
How rude.
Yeah, he's probably not even listening right now.
Yeah. It's like I've heard this before.
I'm going to walk away when you tell this grand story.
I know, yeah. Real professional. I can't wait. Hey, if you think this is unprofessional, please email us at twobrotherswithbenefits@gmail.com. Let us know who your favorite host is and why you don't like Kevin.
And why it's Jake.
Yeah, and why it's me.
Why don't you say it's Kevin?
Wait, can Kevin hear us?
Yeah, he said he could.
Oh, hey,
I would have just loved if you just started hearing like him taking a piss.
I got water from the fridge, and I was trying to be quiet about it.
Go ahead.
All right, continue, Adam. Now that I got my water.
Sorry you rudely interrupted my
Kevin. You got your water.
Unprofessional.
I expect nothing less from the two of you. But so due date's April 7th. This is April 4th.
All right, hold on, just one.
You're such an ass. So we go. What? Paige and I both go to work that day. We both work at UE for.
Paige is working? I didn't know
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. She is a warrior.
She's insane.
Dude, she wait till you hear this. Like, so we're at work, okay, and so we both work at UE, different buildings on campus, different roles. But I'm in my office that morning, and she calls over. She calls my office, and I pick up. I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's like, hey, are you busy? I was like, yeah, I'm on a Zoom call. I've got a meeting from 10 to 11. I can give you a call back whenever it's over. I think I just said, yeah, I'm on a Zoom call till 11. And she's like, oh, okay. Just give me a call back sometime after it's over. Okay, sure, no problem. So at 5 after 11, I call over there. I'm like, hey, just calling you back. Let's see what's going on. And she was like, oh, well, no one knows this, but I'm having contractions that are... Oh. You're in labor? And you were like, just call me back in an hour. It's fine. I was like, you're in labor right now.
I know.
Yeah, so no, she was like, I'm having contractions. They're anywhere from, I don't know,
what 5
to 17 minutes apart.
Right, because in our minds we're like, we need to pick up the bag and go.
I'm pretty sure my response was like, so you're in labor, like this is labor, right? Like,
right.
And she's like, I mean, I don't know. I guess like, I think this is what labor sounds like, Paige. I think this is so. one of her student workers is like a nursing student and was getting ready to graduate and was hearing Paige's into the call and was like, Paige's like, I'm getting a look that like I probably need to take this seriously. I was like, yeah. I was like, please at minimum call in and let them know where you are and get an idea of like when we should go in.
Right.
So she's like, fine. She's like, can I have an hour? I was like, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but like, if you want some time, like, she's like, I just want to get some work done. She's like, I was like, okay, that's fine, but like, just figure it out. So I don't know. This a little after 11, she calls me back at 12:15, 12:20. So another hour goes by.
Oh my! And are you worrying the whole time? Or are you just like,
I am, but also like,
she's calm about it. You're probably not too worried.
Yeah, she's super calm about it. She had a birth plan like written out with everything she wanted to do as part of her birth plan,
and she's done it before and kind of like
So I was like,
it
listen,
might be the same.
Exactly. So I'm kind of like, hey, like you listen to your body. Like I just at minimum, let's call and find out.
Yeah.
So she calls me back and she's like, well, they think I should probably come in. Actually, I think what she said was like, I picked up my phone and I was like, hello. And she goes, I just don't know what everyone's rush is. I don't know why everyone's in such a hurry. I was like, well,
but that is her. She's pretty laid back, She's a very laid
inside your body.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah,
she is. So I was like, well,
there's a baby inside your body.
The rush is that you're clearly in labor, so let's. Yeah. And so they're like, Paige goes, they said that they'll let the doctor know, they'll let the staff know that we're on our way in. I go, but we're not on our way in. We're still at work. And she's like, yeah, well, I know. So
you lied.
Yeah. So we were like, all right, let's meet at home because we don't drive together some days because sometimes we take Lou to one family members and anyway, so we don't always carpool. So let's meet at home in 15, 20 minutes. Like pack up what you're doing and just let's meet at home. So I come home. She's in the kitchen preheating the oven.
Like making food?
Making cookies for the nurses.
Oh my God.
Because she has a birth plan, right? And in her birth plan,
she wanted to go in. And...
there was a specific nurse that was not the most kind or warm or caring whenever we had Lou.
Yeah.
And so her birth plan specifically mentioned that this nurse was free to help other patients during this time. She happened to still be there. And so she's like, I don't want everyone to think that I'm just like a total B. So she's like, so I want to at least do something. So she starts making cookies. I come home, like our go bags are already packed. Like they're already ready to go. But we get home at sometime between 12:30 and 1. We don't leave for the hospital until like 2:30
p.m.
So p.m. Yeah, middle of the day. So my mom's here keeping Lou that day. She got a new cell phone plan and needed me to help her switch her SIM card over. And I'm like, I mean,
That's
Paige is in
important,
labor,
yeah.
but like, yeah, I'll help you.
Right.
Like,
Right.
let's get this
that's
fixed
important right
first.
now.
Yeah.
You know what the priorities are.
And again, I'm like, but I guess Paige is making brownies, or cookies. She wanted to make brownies. She made cookies, so I guess everything's fine. So anyway, we go to the hospital. My mom's like, I'll take Lou and I will like go back to my place, get my bags packed, because my mom was going to stay at our house for a couple days while we were in the hospital.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
So, so that someone was watching Lou. So she's like, I'll go get my stuff. I'll bring Lou with me. I'll come back over. So we go to the hospital. We get there around, I don't know, 2:45, 3 o'clock. And they take us back to a room and they've got her hooked up and they're kind of measuring her contractions, and they're happening
All
every
that jazz.
they're happening every 2 to 3 minutes.
That's pretty. That's
pretty close.
That's pretty.
Yeah. 3 to 4, 3 to 5, 2 to 5, somewhere in that range. But like smaller ones every 2 or 3 minutes, and a little bit bigger one every 5 minutes or so.
Gotcha.
And Paige is kind of adamant that like, if I'm going to be in labor for a while, I prefer to labor at home where I'm comfortable, because this could take a long time, and I want to be able to walk around my house and not be tethered to an IV, or like. And
then when it gets closer, come in.
Yeah, and so that's kind of like the case that like Paige made to them was like, can I go home? We live 2 to 3 minutes from St. Vincent's, which is where we were having the baby, and they were kind of like, yeah, I mean, absolutely. If that's what you want to do, you can. But like, because our whole thing was like, let's get some food. We hadn't really eaten lunch.
Because it can be a long haul, depending.
Yeah, exactly. So we're like, let's get some food and gas up the van so that like when we need to go back to the hospital, we have gas to get there, because we were super low. But anyway, so they discharge us from the hospital, and with the understanding of like, you're coming back in a couple hours. And we're like, absolutely. Right. They're like, we'll let everyone know that you'll be back. We'll have a room ready for you. So as we're on our way out, all the staff was like, okay, we'll see you soon. You're like, come back soon. And so we get to the parking lot, and they tell us too, like, we're not so worried about the timing of your contractions as we are the intensity. So when they start to get intense, come on back.
Come on in.
Okay. So we get discharged from the hospital at about 10 after 4 that afternoon. And we're like, okay, let's put some gas in the van. We get gas in the van, and we're like, all right, let's run out to Zaxby's and get some food. So we go out there. Paige stays in the van because she's in labor. A little uncomfortable. So I run in, I get our food, and she was going to start making some phone calls, call her mom, let her mom know what's going on. And she was like, I didn't make any calls because, I'm in labor. I'm not the most comfortable, so I didn't want to have some conversations. So that's fine. So we leave Zaxby's, and I called my mom, timestamped that afternoon at 4:50 or 4:51, I think. I called my mom.
So you had kind of just left the hospital.
We were leaving Zaxby's. Like, that's when I called my mom. I was like, we're leaving Zaxby's.
You never heard of a drive-through either. You went inside. So anyway.
Yeah, I went inside. Yeah. I don't know why that's important to the story, but no.
It is. It's very important.
Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea why I went in and not to the drive-thru. I don't know.
You had pregnancy brain.
Because I had pregnancy brain. I was in labor. Okay, it was a stressful situation.
It's all about you.
It's
all about
it's all about the Rockets.
It's all about the Rockets, Daddy.
We leave. I call my mom. I'm like, hey, Mom, here's what's going on. We've been at the hospital. They discharged us. We're going to go home and eat and let Paige labor at home for a little while. So maybe don't come back with Lou just yet. Like, give us some time. We're going to go back to the hospital in an hour or two. So Zaxby's is on Burkhart, and we live over by UE, St. Vincent, University of Evansville area. Mm-hmm. So it's like a 10 to 15 minute drive home. We get home. She has a pretty intense contraction on the way home. And I'm like, hey, are you sure we're going home? And she's like, yeah, let's go home. Okay. All right. Let's go home. All right. So we come home and
I said something. I did my part.
Yeah, I did my part. So we get home. Takes her a minute to walk into the house because she has another contraction on the way into the house. We get home about 5 after 5. And we come
Hasn't
in the
even
house.
been an hour. Yeah.
Hasn't been an hour since we were discharged.
Right.
We come in. I set up like a food tray. She sits on the chair. She's just trying to relax a little bit. I bring some food into her, set it up for her. She has this intense contraction. And she was like, oh my gosh. She's like, I don't know what's happening. And I was like, well, I mean, you're in labor is what's happening. I don't know. Like,
yeah. I don't know if you're known for the past.
There's a baby inside your body.
6 hours.
Right. So she has this kind of intense contraction and breathes through it and whatever. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I bring her food in there, set it up for her. I come back in the kitchen to get mine. And I hear from in the kitchen, call 911. I was like, I picked her on the corner. I go, I'm sorry, call 911? She goes, yeah, call 911. Okay. So
I'm sorry, come again?
Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah.
So I call 911 and I'm like, hey, my wife's in labor and her contractions are getting pretty intense. I don't think we're gonna make it back to the hospital. I think like we need an ambulance to maybe come and get her to the hospital. And I feel like I'm trying to stay calm, and this lady's asking some really dumb questions, and I don't know what they are now. Right. We have the recording now. I've never listened to it. I don't know if I want to
listen.
What's
your blood type?
You need to listen to it.
But like,
where did you go to grade school?
Yeah, it's like the weirdest stuff, and then like she has this intense contraction right before I call, where like she's sitting in the chair and she kind of slides down out of the chair. Paige does, and I was like,
oh no,
I'm not sure what's happening. Like something's happening, and I was like, okay, but like, your water hasn't broken. Like, stay calm, breathe through it. Like my job is to tell her, help her remember to breathe. It's like, so like, okay, breathe through that. You got this.
I need one of
You're
these.
doing great. Yeah.
This.
Well, sure you do. So I'm on the phone. I tell them this, like she's in labor. This happens. She has one more contraction while I'm on the phone with them. Her water breaks.
Coming quick.
Her water breaks and the baby comes out onto the floor in our living room. Like we've been
that
home.
Fast?
We've been
water
home.
Breaks, baby comes with it.
It's one motion. Water breaks, baby.
Water baby.
We've been home. This whole process of us being home 5 minutes. Baby is born at 10 after 5.
Oh my god.
Damn. So we left Zaxby's and I called my mom at 4:50, 4:51. 20 minutes later, we're at home with the baby on the floor in our living room.
Yeah, there's a baby on the floor right now.
And I'm on the phone with 911 and I was like, oh my god, she's here. Baby's on the floor. There's the baby's on the floor. and she's like, so did she? Yeah, she's like, so did she have the baby? I'm like, yes, she had the baby. The baby's on the floor.
No, it's a doll.
Yeah. So like, shock. Of course, shock said something.
Oh my god. And you freak out, I'm sure, in your mind.
Of course. I mean, Paige is so damn calm. It's unbelievable. I think it's shock too, but like, calm. Like, and I'm like, this sounds bad, but I'm like, you're not supposed to have a baby. I'm like, my mind doesn't go to like, people used to have home births all the time. It's fine.
Yeah.
My mind goes to like,
we're
not prepared for this. This baby's going to die. Like, that was honestly, like, it was like, I don't know how this baby's going to survive without people here to help her survive. Because like, obviously the umbilical cord's attached.
And that has to be cut in like a certain amount of time too, right?
Yeah, someone has to bite it pretty quickly. And so
that's all I was thinking. I asked you.
Do you have it taped there for fun, Adam?
It's for fun. There? It's my umbilical cord there for fun. So
Tom Green.
Thank goodness Paige had the wherewithal to go call 911, right? To tell me to call 911. And I mean, I saved the day.
Yeah, you saved the day. Okay, they got a problem about heroes around here, buddy. Seems like they got a problem about heroes around here. So how quick was the paramedics or the ambulance show up?
I think fast. It seemed like it took long enough with this lady asking me really dumb questions, but like they were here within a few minutes, thankfully. But like I was like, the baby's on the floor, so like I pick her up, obviously, and kind of like pat her back a little bit, kind of like clean her
to
mouth
get the
out with
stuff
my
out.
pinky.
Clean,
Just
clean
to
the
like
white stuff off. Did you do any of that or?
no, I just kind of wiped her mouth clean and her airway. And once I knew she was
See, that's
breathing
good for
and she
you.
cried, I was like, okay, like at least like
That's awesome, Adam.
yeah. I why did I know to do that? I don't know.
Right, instinct.
Trying to get Father of the Year,
like paternal instinct. Yeah,
I guess so. So anyway, yeah, thankfully, they arrived quickly. The fire truck came first. So this lady on the phone is like, okay, you need to get a blanket and wrap her in a blanket. I'm like, okay, yep, got it. Got her in a blanket. And when I see the lights outside, and so I'm like, Paige, I'm going to go let them know where we are because they had just driven past our house.
Did you run out there? Did you run?
Yeah. I certainly hustled out. And
I would have.
But I also was like, can I leave Paige with the baby?
Right,
like,
I don't want to leave. Yeah.
Yeah, so gave Paige the baby, and she's like, I'll take the phone. And this
and Paige was like, you're still attached to my body.
Yeah, So this woman is like, okay, is the umbilical cord still attached? Or the placenta still attached? Like, yes, I haven't delivered the placenta yet. Umbilical cord is obviously still attached there. And
gotcha.
She tells Paige, she's like, I need you to get up and go get a shoestring.
Pull it out. Oh no.
And Paige, like
the umbilical cord, I'm thinking.
Yeah. And Paige is like, no, I'm not doing that. And she's like, yes, I need you to get up and go get a shoestring. And she was like,
with it still attached.
Yeah, and Paige, because they wanted to like tie it off. And
right, but you got she's got to carry the baby, or she's gonna drag the baby.
She's like, she's like, I just delivered the baby. The baby's still attached. She's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. And she's like, okay, they're here. Thank you. And like hangs up. So like,
could you imagine she's carrying her baby with the umbilical cord? Like,
I just need to go upstairs and get a shoestring, I guess. Right. Yeah, like it was so.
Where do we keep the shoestrings?
Yeah, where do we keep our
shoestrings? The Midwestern junk drawer.
Yelling out the door.
I got shoestrings.
Here's our shoestrings.
Your keys, a light bulb. Here's some old crowns. No shoestrings.
Yeah. So thankfully those dudes came in and like they were on it, man. It was and I'm like, full adrenaline rushing for me. I walk out. I'm like, guys. It's like, there's a goddamn baby in there on our floor.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I said.
We were going to be able to like chill at the hospital.
Yeah, I was like, I thought this call was to get a ride to the hospital, but there's a baby in the house, man. Come on in. And so,
I mean, it kind of was for you to get a ride to the hospital. It's just you just had a baby born then too.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, and not to be like too graphic, but to kind of wrap up the story, like. They get her taken care of. They were awesome.
Did they deliver the placenta there?
Yeah. Wait.
Is it still on your floor?
Yes. Still. I'll show you guys. Yeah. So, they came in. They clamped the umbilical cord. I got to cut it here. They're like, "Do you want to cut it, Dad?" Yeah.
Nice.
Like on our living room floor. They're like, "Do you want to cut it, Dad?" And I was like,
"With what, scissors?"
Yeah. They had a kit. I mean, they like.
Oh, they had scissors.
They were awesome. They had blankets and things, but like.
Let me go to the scissor drawer real quick.
Yeah, go to the scissor drawer next to the shoestrings, and so they take Paige and take Hazel and put her on a stretcher and kind of get her out of the house, and they're like, okay, we're gonna meet you at the hospital, and I'm like, okay, that sounds great. I'll meet you there. They're like, we're going to the emergency room first. So meet us over there, and before we get you into because of the situation, like go to the emergency room, and then like while they're here, like she's turning kind of bluish purple, like, but she's breathing, but they have me hold oxygen near her, and like she's okay, everything, but they wanted to get her under the heat lamp and get her some oxygen going. So they go to the hospital, and I'm like, oh, like there's a big mess on our floor, right? Like we just baby just delivered here, like it's
I'm gonna clean up.
Yeah, so I did. That's exactly what I did. I was like. Yep, I'll see you guys there in a little bit. But I knew my mom and Lou were coming back, and my stepdad, like they were all going to come in. I was like, they can't walk into this. Like
it will look like a murder,
like a crime scene. Yeah. So like they had a bunch of blankets and sterilized a bunch of stuff, but like.
So you just put newspaper on top, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, that's it.
But Big Daddy.
Yeah, we still get the Courier and Press, thank God. So I just do it. Yeah. So I stayed after. I was like, I'll meet you guys there. So I'm like scrubbing. I'm throwing blankets away and towels away and scrubbing the floor. And like you couldn't tell, but I was
really. There's nothing you can do, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, obviously being there for support, but yeah,
And
I mean, I get
yeah,
it.
and to be honest, I think, I mean, like, without a doubt, like, we were in shock for 10, 12
Sure.
hours after. So, like,
Oh,
in
I
my mind, I'm
bet.
like, I have to do this, and then I'll go. Like,
Did that just
this is,
happen?
yeah, exactly. Like, this is the only way, the best way I can be helpful right now, and then I'll
Yeah.
go to the hospital. And so I got there, and the paramedic who helped with everything here was waiting outside for me, and he brought me back, and it was pretty incredible. But
That's awesome,
yeah,
dude.
what a
What a
way
wild
to
story.
enter. She delivered herself. Hazel entered this world on her own
couldn't
terms,
wait.
the way she wanted to. So
Dude, she's
Yeah.
gonna have a cool story whenever she gets older too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's gonna be so cool. Like,
hopefully it'll be shorter than my
did you
version.
fall out on the
Yeah,
living
yeah.
room floor at your
thanks
house?
a lot.
When you were
Well,
you born
we'll
on
see
the
you
living
later,
room floor?
guys.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
see
our
you
Howard
next
times.
week. Yeah, that's all of our time.
Yeah. So,
No.
but yeah, she's gonna have a hell of a story. You are right there, and she's gonna be able to. That's
I'm
what.
sure-
Yeah, we've had a few. Yeah.
I'm sure Paige's calmness too, like, kept you more calm than what you would
Yeah. It
Yeah,
did,
but-
but it was nuts. Like at one point, there's 5 or 6 people, maybe more, in our house, like tending to her, and I'm feeling helpless. I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? And they're like, Dad, why don't you go find a hat for her head to keep her warm? And so I'm like, where's the hat drawer?
Where's
Like,
the hat
where
drawer?
do we keep the
Right,
hats? So,
I love it.
Yeah. So
All these drawers. I didn't know I needed all these drawers for all these birds.
yeah. So
You have a lot of drawers in your
we got
house.
a lot of drawers
Yeah.
in this house. So anyway, I found a hat
That's
for her, and I did my part.
That's awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome. What a story.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
if you guys think this story is absolutely insane, or if you have any comments or questions for Adam, please let us know. Hit us up on two brothers with benefits at gmail.com. Again, that's two brothers with benefits at gmail.com, and let us know what you think about this story. I mean, it's crazy. It almost seems unbelievable.
I know.
It is
I know.
unbelievable. It's crazy. But I think what we'll do is, since Adam took so damn long telling his damn story,
We got other topics to
I
get
love
into.
I know. I think what we'll do now is we'll take a break and we'll come back and we'll get into a couple of our segments. And Kevin, I think what we should just do is just refilm some of the segments that we had initially filmed and film with Adam, and I think that would be fun to do. So we'll be right back after this. Yeah, we'll be right back after this in just a moment. See you guys.
Oh, I see it. It's the lug nut. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Oh, how we doing, boss? Didn't see you there. I'll tell you what. You got pipes that need to be cleaned out? If you do, you need Two Brothers with Benefits Plumbing. With the newest technological advances in plumbing, Two Brothers with Benefits Plumbing will have your pipes cleaned out in a jiffy. So go on, call the number below. Two Brothers with Benefits Plumbing. Let us clean out your pipes. No, seriously, let us clean out your pipes. Let us clean out your pipes.
We're back.
Welcome back, guys.
With our boy Asadwam Jasames.
I guess Kevin's gonna do it.
Who's doing the intro back?
I guess Kevin's gonna do it.
Oh, let's start over.
Yeah.
Everybody sit here, quiet face.
Oh, I thought you were gonna end it, and then.
No, you're supposed to. You're supposed to sit.
All right,
and we're back, guys. Welcome back to the show.
Oh shit, you messed it up. All right. One more time. Let's try. Everybody, Adam, you don't say anything. I don't say anything. All right, you ready?
Stop.
Clear the mechanism.
Is orange every day.
Clear the mechanism.
The apple is orange every day. Scotch. Okay. And we're back, guys. Welcome back to Two Brothers with Benefits podcast. My name's Jake. This is Kevin. Yeah, that's Kevin. And we're here with our special guest, Asadwam Jasames, a.k.a. Adam James. He's one of our good friends. You got to hear his story. And we thought we'd keep him on so we could ask a bunch of questions to him. But we do have a segment that we like to throw out there, and we do it like this.
Hey, man. I've been thinking a lot lately. What you thinking about?
Hey,
you know what time it is.
Let's go. That means it's our new feature segment, Hot Topics and Hot Takes. This is where we've been thinking a lot lately, and we let you know what we've been thinking about. There's a lot of stuff that's going on social media every day, which makes podcasts really easy kind of to talk about with trending things, tabloids. And so we just want to kind of
Tabloids.
throw
All the
some stuff.
tabloids.
All the
All the
tabloids. I see
tabloids,
the
So many
National
tabloids.
Enquirer whenever I go
like the TMZs
CBS.
and the magazines when you go to the grocery stores and
Can't
you
check
read
out
about
without seeing a tabloid.
Brangelina and stuff like that. So, anyways,
Brangelina.
but that brings us to our first topic, Kevin.
Yes.
Tell them about it.
Well, I'll just share
Give
the
us
video.
the sound. Give us the sound.
Everybody's seen this by now, but I'm going to go ahead and share it.
You ruined it.
Spit on that thing. Let me share the video real quick, and then we'll talk about it, guys.
This guy thinks he's never been a host before. It's almost like his
I've
first
been a host
show.
before. You've never been a host before.
Gosh.
Have you guys ever done an episode before?
No, we have. Yeah.
Oh.
I thought you had it pulled up.
Oh, I did.
I guess I'll edit all this out.
And spit on that thing.
You get me?
Ooh. Ooh-wee.
Anyways, so what do you guys think about this? Tuah. I mean, Tuah girl she's blown the freak up. Isn't that crazy?
It's insane.
It's like
it's one of the fastest blow ups that I've seen. And honestly, like, it's wild because whenever I first saw it, I saw like the whole interview and I saw her say that and I thought it was hilarious. And then I went and started talking with Josh and John Brandt, and they were like talking about it. And I was like, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, oh yeah, it's crazy. And so I started going through my Instagram, and it was just like every other one was a meme. It was
and it's
wild.
on all the socials. Like, it's on Facebook. I mean, people are posting about it there. You usually don't see stuff like that on Facebook, but like, it's all over there. It's on TikTok. I mean, it's everywhere, and it blew up like that day. And
I was telling Kevin, I saw one that was like, it was like the Lion King holding up Simba. It was like Hakatuah, and then I saw one. It was Josh Groban, Hallelujah. It was Hakatuah. Is that blasphemous? I don't know, but it's outrageous.
It's out there.
It's everywhere. And I know for a long time they were trying to find her, but we've since found out that they did actually.
Yeah, they found her. Yeah, they found her.
She's embraced it.
Haley Welch, I think.
Yeah, she embraced it. John told me, which don't quote John. That she got like fired from her job, but
I heard that too. Actually,
apparently, she was like teacher, I think.
She quit the shitty cheese job,
so,
Adam.
He's libelous. John might be labelizing us. He might be labelizing.
Don't labelize us.
He
John,
might be labelizing.
You know better than that, John. We've had this conversation before.
Oh, libelous. But so yeah. Anyways, but then I just saw something recently that some company might hire on to
she's making money from this, man. She doesn't have to worry about her shitty cheese job.
I mean, merch.
I saw Barstool Sports saying this is her time to do OnlyFans right now. Yeah,
they were even talking to her on
because they were saying how like most women don't do it because they are worried about the reputation. Well, her reputation was already kind of tarnished by saying she hot to it on. On the D, you know what I mean? So we might as well just go
on the what, Jake?
On the D, ski.
On the D. Yeah, like I think even they talked about her on Rogan's podcast last week or whatever too. Like she's everywhere, and I would embrace the hell out of it, man. Make some money from this. Do what you can. You don't go viral ever.
What do you think her dad thinks?
He's probably. I mean, shit. He's trying to ride that money train too, man. I don't know.
My dad loves it.
Yeah, I know your dad loves it.
Yeah,
I know that's right.
Yeah,
but one of the things that I was like telling Kevin about was like we were talking about. As far as like, what do you think about like this girl as somebody that you might date? Because she was kind of like, talking about Hakatuah on other people's D's and stuff. Like, is that vulgar or was she? I feel like she was just kind of being like comedic and really funny at that time. Because I saw the whole interview and she was just saying really funny stuff, and you could tell she was just a little drunk, just wanting to be really funny, but
just being silly.
But is that like a desirable person? Would you date that person? Because I mean, my wife, she's hilarious, and my wife is one of the guys. I feel like this girl is one of the guys. And I mean, I do find it. My wife's not that vulgar, but still, I feel like it's funny. What do you think?
Yeah. Before Adam even talks, I want to say that he is probably not going to agree with you and me on this one, Jake. Because Jake
he's
and I
a
are
little more
both in the
conservative.
same regard. Exactly.
Right.
It's not a problem, but I think it shows that she's got a personality. I think it shows that she likes to have a good time. Now, I don't know how old she is. We're almost 40.
We're both married, so we're irrelevant. But
no, I would not want to deal with,
of course,
somebody
if you're her age
at this point in my life. Right. When I was that age, I would. Yeah, I think I'd be all over it.
Yeah.
Adam,
and she's making, like you said, she's making money. Like, guys, get on that. You know what I mean? Like, that's your meal ticket.
Yeah. My opinion on that, and I'll quote what I saw on Facebook, and that is, if she don't hawk Tuah, I don't want to talk Tuah. You know what I mean? So
that's right.
This was probably
Tuah, I don't want to talk Tuah.
Yeah, I was.
It's probably the funniest. I was. Probably the funniest one that I saw. But you were probably right.
Too. I did like that one.
Probably not my type. But also hilarious.
Yeah. Not someone you go for, but a funny friend. There's nothing wrong with that.
You have to think that she probably did not. There's no way she expected it to blow up like it did.
Man, no way.
She probably didn't even think he would get out there at all, right? She probably thought that she was with her friends. She was going to say something funny.
It was just a drunken night, funny. Yeah, she was just trying to be funny. You could tell, there might be some seriousness, truth behind it, because whenever people are drunk, they say truthful stuff, but you could tell she was just trying to be funny. You know what I mean? Like,
it worked.
There's no need for her to be canceled or lose her job or anything over there.
I completely agree. I hate
everyone's so hypersensitive.
Did I hear that she was like a preschool teacher or something? Like, she'll find another job. She'll be fine.
Yeah, a preschool teacher.
No, I'm serious. I think I heard that.
No, I don't. I have no clue.
I heard that.
But I mean,
maybe I'm making that up. Let me look it up.
I listened to the Ricky Gervais, the XFM Ricky Gervais show with him, Stephen Merchant, and then Carl Pilkington comes on, and I love those three. And one thing that I've watched interviews like.
She was a preschool teacher. Sorry to cut you off. Gotcha. She was a preschool teacher.
No, it's okay. Well, this was in 2001, and whenever they did all this stuff, and it's so funny, and the stuff they talked about was hilarious. And then I watched interviews presently, and they're like, "Could we ever see a reunion?" And they're like, "Well, we would love to, but I don't think we could talk about the stuff that we talked about in today's society." You know what I mean? And it sucks because you can't. You know what I mean? That's just one thing they have to worry about.
Well, Gervais especially. I mean, that dude is so funny, and I love him so much because he does not give a shit. He doesn't care.
Cancel me. He's unapologetically,
and I love it.
You gotta love it
because he's very full. He's such a good human being too. It's you can't cancel him. He cares about humans. He cares about animals. You can't cancel him for that. He believes that there's comedy in everything, and if you don't have a sense of humor, then get the F out of here. You know what I mean? And I love that.
Comedians should be null and void from being canceled anyway, because that's not them. That's them being funny, and that's their act, right? Like, they should, if you're going to get up there and do stuff like that, there should be no rules. You should be able to do and say whatever you want. If you actually believe what you're saying, that's where the problem lies. And these people don't believe that. They're getting up there telling their stories.
That's all an act. And I mean, if they say something outside of their act, within the real person, racist or
that's their job.
Anti-Semitic, then that's understandable. But when they're up on stage, there should be no holds bar. No topic is taboo. Get over it. Over your little hypersensitiveness. It's all a show. You know what I mean?
I brought that point up whenever our friend Paul, who
maybe we should let our guest
comedian.
I just
want to say this last thing, but I brought that up whenever he was talking about how he was going to be in a roast, and he sent us a picture of the person that he was roasting, and we were giving him all this content to use, and he's like, "Well, I can't use any of that. We can't talk about her." I'm like, dude, then what are you doing?
Not a roast.
It's not a roast.
That's not a roast.
It's not a roast.
You're exactly right.
Don't even waste your time with it.
Don't be the person, the victim. Don't be to say, "I want to be the victim of a roast." If you're not willing to hear,
because there's a lot of stuff to make fun of him about, and they would do it.
Right.
Oh yeah, and they should. If you know Paul, you want to touch on all those points.
Right.
All of his terrible
And-
palsy
And
moments.
Paul doesn't give a shit.
No, that's no.
No.
I think it helps him. I think it builds him up. I think it.
Yeah,
I think
gives him
that's
some
given him a
material.
lot of his.
Gives him
I think
some
it's
more-
given him I think it has given him a lot of his material and made him maybe. I think through the years take, that comedic side is he's like, I'm gonna embrace this and do it.
Well,
I mean,
and
he's
yeah,
heard enough shit from
he's
his
using
friends and
everything.
stuff, you know what I mean? Like,
he's using everything people say to him as content, right? So he's
Yeah,
going on stage
exactly.
and he's using that shit that we've given him his whole life, just messing with him as content.
I think so.
That dude dishes it out as well as more than anybody knows.
He
But
does.
he takes it so
he
well.
takes
take
it well.
He does.
He
take it.
has for 25 years, or
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
longer. But like, that's I feel
I
like
love
that's
him.
yeah.
I love his stand up. I wish I could go see more. It's just hard with the baby
It's
now.
yeah, it's almost impossible to get
I've
out
only
and
seen him
go.
live
But it's
one
fun.
time.
Me and Beth have seen him. It's so much fun, and we rooted him on. We got him like just us screaming, like got him like to the finals. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
we were just screaming our heads off. And the stuff he was saying was hilarious. Some of it he's an intelligent person too. Some of it will go over people's
Yeah.
heads, but like if you know him, you get it. But
You know what's always been interesting to me about Paul being doing stand up, and he may listen to this, and that's fine. I don't say this to be in a mean way, but Paul's was never like the goofy clown, funny guy, like,
Right.
And
Right,
so
right,
it's,
right,
it's so
right. Yeah.
and almost makes it funnier whenever he writes some of these jokes because you're like I always thought like Nick was funny,
Right, yeah.
of the two brothers. I thought Nick was always funny, but Paul's writing jokes is different. I mean, you take time to write.
Paul always had the comments
Yes.
in the back though that were funny. You know what I mean? He was just like, boom, shoot out and like say something funny off what somebody's saying. And I mean, and he's got the background of he does the radio and he did the analyst for the basketball team and stuff. So I think he's got that public speaking. So it's not like he's comfortable getting up there on stage. And I think that's a huge combatant of it because I would love to do some stand up, but getting up there on stage, I feel like I would just freeze.
Oh, I could.
And he's got it.
But doesn't
Yeah,
that
yeah,
surprise you that he did it?
Yeah.
That he's like
Yeah.
thinking back to
He's
like
been doing it.
Yeah,
He's great. And like I some of the people that I work with at Biaggi's, they're in it. They're like big into it, and like some of them are getting kind of blowing up. And I'm like, oh, you know Paul, and they're like, oh yeah, hell yeah, I know Paul. Paul's awesome, blah blah blah. And like I'll see them on posters, like tonight at Jennings Tavern, blah 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 blah. Paul, Allen, da 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 da. It's just like it's so cool to see him. Like he's doing it. I think that do it now while you can, and I would love to do it.
I could never do it. I could never do it.
See how many like stand-up comedians, actors, actresses, all of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot out there that didn't get their start until they were in their 40s. So like, you wouldn't think that. You would think that like you did something else your whole life and then you started doing this. Like, what made you decide to do that? So you got to respect him for like trying something new and trying to do something different. Not that he's ever going to get anywhere with it, but he still goes and does it. He'll work out a set. I follow a lot of comedians in podcasts and stuff, and he'll eventually get a set. He's not going to be funny from the very beginning.
Yeah.
None of them are.
Doesn't matter.
And he'll figure out what works and what doesn't work, and he'll have
follow people.
A clean,
he could travel.
clean set.
I mean, I want to be a Phil. I want to be a Phil Hartman.
Yeah, he started.
Phil
really
Hartman
late.
started like 38, and he was on SNL. I want to do something like that. And I think that's great for him. I think he should just keep chasing that because he's doing so good.
The hardest part is just getting no laughs and to continue getting no laughs. But they all do, the ones that stick through are the ones that are okay with that and they work through that stuff. So if he continues to work through his no laughs,
you learn how to get comfortable in that setting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can work through it.
You're not going to be.
Not everybody can do that.
Yeah.
So I know we kind of got off on a tangent, and I love talking about Paul, but fuck Paul right now. Let's get into another topic. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about our boy JT from NSYNC?
Yes, man.
Oh, buddy.
I don't. Ugh.
I don't think it's bad. I mean, he's too popular. He's gonna be fine. A DUI is nothing to him. But I mean,
I don't know. I disagree.
It definitely ruined his image some because he had a pretty clean slate.
but what about him and fucking sorry, excuse my language. Him and
Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson. You know, the whole
Jenna
boob
Jameson?
thing. Jenna Jameson.
Yeah.
Jimmy Jupler.
Jimmy
I mean,
Jimmy Johnson.
They did come out and I think he's apologized and said some stuff about that and more recent years that he was just a jerk back then or whatever. But I don't know. I don't think it's really going to affect his image too much. I don't think he's going to draw a whole lot of new followers because he got a DUI.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's going to hurt his
Adam,
fame.
what do you think about the cops saying they didn't know it was him? Like, do you think those cops were like too young of a generation to know?
That's what we were talking about at work the other day. Like, were they too? Because that's what someone said. Like, they were too young to know. And my coworker that I was talking with about it was like, my kids are 18 and 20, and they know who he is. So like, how would a person not?
That's what Kevin said. He just came out the album. So like, either it was somebody really old, which they'd have been retired, or somebody really, really young, but they would still probably know. Anybody our age, 38, 40 is going to know. Anybody a little bit older is going to know. Anybody a little younger is going to know.
Younger, I mean, I think the younger crowd is going to know him from Trolls. You know,
right.
If nothing else, we're going to know him from NSYNC, and then
show his face in Trolls.
Did they show his face? Yeah.
What a jerk, Kevin! What a jerk move! Yeah. What a jerk move! Yeah, Adam. Did they show his face in Trolls on him?
They show his face. Idiot.
So he's a troll. Okay.
Our special guest, idiot Adam James.
He was the troll.
I told you he was special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because he didn't recognize him is why that's funny. I guess. Did
you see his mugshot? I mean, he was lit, and they said he was they said he was falling over and stuff and that could be libelous. We could be labelizing.
Don't be labelizing.
But they said, apparently I heard he was falling over, but still, I mean, he looked a little lit, but still.
When he was
still looked great. He looked handsome.
Arrested, but not as good as me, obviously.
I'd still OnlyFans with him.
He can be your bro with benefits.
Right.
I hated to see it, man. I was disappointed. Just only just because like
I don't condone it by any means. Like it's not. We shouldn't do that.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I feel like too many people are like, it's no big deal. He'll be fine. It's like, he will be fine and whatever. But like, it sucks that like if something terrible had happened, then it'd be a different story.
It'd be a completely different story. Yeah.
And like as like. I mean, I'm kind of a fan. I'm a big fan of him. Like I celebrate his entire collection. Okay.
I was ready to say that.
Yeah. I was upstairs listening to my Will Smith CD.
But so someone who like has kind of I think I probably started liking him sometime probably after college, but like or in college.
But anyway, is what you're getting at.
Yeah, I guess so. And like. Yeah, I mean it's serious. I just hated that it happened. I think it was more, I guess, disappointments or everything. I didn't want to believe it. I was like, no, man.
And he was like, this is gonna ruin my world tour. What? I think he said that like so they would be like, who are you? You know? And like, oh, I'm Justin Timberlake.
This is gonna
I don't know.
The tour. Yeah,
they didn't care. I guess they just were like, whatever.
There's been videos out about that too. People being like. Like whatever happens in their life, like burnt the toast. Like, oh my god, this is gonna ruin the tour. Like,
I know. Next time I get pulled over, I'm gonna say that to the officer. You know, like,
Paige showed me a video the other day, and it's like this person was just like, I don't remember what happened, but like anything that happened in their life, it's like
he stepped his toe.
Yeah,
this is gonna ruin my world.
This is gonna ruin the world tour.
Actually, it's like that should be the next meme. Like that should.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that should take over. Part 2 is just too popular right now.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I hate to cut us off just because I want to keep us on time, but the next one I want to give you an option. So I'll give you an option. We can either talk about a chemical that's wild, or we can talk about a theme park. And I'll give you the option.
Oh.
I know you know about one of them at least.
Yeah, man. Let's talk Let's talk. Let's start theme park, and if we have time and you want to do chemical, we can.
Okay. So we'll talk about theme park. I know you know what this is, then obviously.
We're gonna talk about Kings Island right now.
Kings Island, yeah. The
You
guy
want me to pull up the
got hit
article?
by the
You want me
roller
to pull up the
coaster.
article?
Yeah, you can while we're talking
Can if
about
you
it.
want.
So what do you think about this? This guy. So apparently they went on this roller coaster. He dropped his keys. I'm sure they fell out while they're on the roller coaster. And don't play it, will you? Don't.
No, I'm not.
We don't need to play it. So, anyways, he dropped his keys.
Is there video of it?
There's
That's
just the
out
news
there?
article.
No, not of the hitting, not of the hit and run.
They didn't even
Oh, we're
slow
going to
down.
It was a hit and run. So anyway, so he dropped his keys. He went back. He's like, "Oh man, I dropped my keys. You got to get these." Well, you got to wait for the park to close. We can't do that. We can't just stop. We have to close the whole park. So, anyways, and they ended up then closing the whole park and make everybody leave. But
Why?
this guy, why? This guy jumped two restricted fences, went into a restricted zone, which I think you had to have. Even they don't even give like the park employees access to until after the park's closed. But he jumped them, was trying to find his keys, and got hit by the roller coaster and was in critical condition. And I think he ended up passing.
Oh, did he? I never heard the result.
I think don't labelize me, but I think he ended up passing.
Well, I want to know that.
I'm looking for my keys. Oh, I'm dead. What is
Well, okay. What else? Yeah,
my question is,
I was going to make the same exact reference, but I want to make sure. I wanted to know if he died before I did. You didn't wait to find out.
I don't care. Did he have it both hands up whenever the roller coaster hit? Like he was going down a hill? And how do you not jump out of the way? I mean, how wide is a roller coaster? I mean, he had to have been maybe drinking, because like my main object would be like, all right, I'm in this restricted zone. I'm going to keep an eye on where the roller coasters are coming through. And if my keys are in that area, I'm going to wait till there's nothing in the area. Run, grab them, run back, like, how does that happen? I don't get how it happens, but it
I don't
happens.
know. But you were right. He died. Absolutely.
He did.
He's our age. He's 38.
He was our age. Where's he from? I want to know that. That might
that's in Ohio, right? So that was in Cincinnati, correct?
That's Cincinnati area. I don't know where he's.
Kings Island. Yeah. They may not say in the article.
I don't know either.
He was a Reds fan. I'm not going to say what I would say.
The man who may have been hit by a roller coaster at Kings Island has died.
He was. He may have. He was. He died. He may have, but he died. So what did he die from if he did?
They didn't want to implement the theme park saying he was hit. They're doing the investigation.
Yeah. This guy he had to have been drinking. There's no way. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to labelize again, but
if he was going to jump, let's go ahead.
You go ahead.
If he was going to jump two fences into a restricted area, you'd have to have faith in yourself that you could get in and out of there like a banshee.
I would think so.
Not to mention, what's stopping you from just going to tell the person who operates the ride, hey, man, my keys fell down there. I need them.
He did, Evan.
He did, but there's a park policy.
He said we can't get him until the park closes down. And I'm assuming they needed to get the hell out of town or leave. And he was like, I'm not waiting around. It was probably, I don't know what time it was when he said that, but I'm assuming the park was going to be open a lot longer. And I can't wait that long.
But I mean, I saw some comments on some different videos about it of people being like, "Yeah, we also lost our keys at Kings Island, and that was the policy of like you have to wait till the park closes." And never once did I think like I could jump two fences, go into a restricted area,
right,
and get them. Like I had to either get a spare set or wait until the park closed. Like it sucked, right. But I don't know. And if you go back and read the article, you're gonna realize that the ride that hit him was called the Banshee. And so whenever I said when I made the Banshee reference,
it hit him like a banshee,
that he should have been able to get in and out of there like a banshee, he did not.
Holiday World, you said the Banshee. Holiday World, you said.
I didn't catch that when you said it, Adam, but that was a good one.
But
I did.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, so part of me is like, yeah, man, that sucks. I would probably not raise hell, but I would probably like, no, man, like I need these keys. I gotta go. Like, is there something? Can we stop the ride? Like, in
Yeah.
between rides, can we get them? Like, can we?
They said no.
You don't have to shut the whole park down, do you? But I don't know whether this ride goes throughout the park. I don't know how it works. But man, I would have never.
I think it's if they shut it down for one person, they'd be shutting it down all the time because people lose stuff.
Yeah,
on
lose
that
stuff.
they lose
Their
money.
keys
They lose a
all
lot
the
of money
time.
by shutting
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah,
So
that's
they can't
true.
do that.
Well, Jake made the smart move of talking about this at dinner on my son when we're getting ready to go to Holiday World in a couple days. So now Aiden's like going to be all worried about getting on a damn roller coaster
Yeah,
because of you.
I know. I wanted to, and I didn't even think about. It came into my head, but I wanted to bring up the New York girl that flew out of
that
the
did it
Raven
at the Holiday World. Yeah,
Yeah, she flew out.
Jeez.
I think she got.
Wasn't she trying to have sex up there?
I don't want to be libelous. Don't labelize me. I think she lost her head.
Wasn't she trying to have sex on the roller coaster? Like they were
I
thrill
don't
seekers?
know. I don't know about that. I just know she was like
Well, we'll
stood
find
up. She
out.
refused to put on like a seatbelt.
Find
Yeah,
out.
it's been a while. I don't know. This is gonna be hard to Google. But should we move on to our next topic? I mean, we're way over. We're gonna be way over. But
That's
I
fine.
still think
We
it's
can
great.
do like.
Are you having
just
fun, Adam? Are you having fun?
Sure.
Is it okay that you stay with us?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so our next topic, Adam, I think that you'll be interested in this because I don't know if you know about this. This one is
interesting.
So yeah, this is really interesting. Oh, I wish I'm on my phone, so I can't really use it. But no, so anyways, there's this chemical, and again, don't quote me because I don't know if it's a chemical, but this chemical was
at least you did your research.
Yeah, it was experimented. Don't say it yet. It was experimented with NASA in like the 60s and 70s, and it was a chemical that was supposed to improve like your energy and your performance and health overall. And it was called 1,3-butanediol. Does that sound about right? I butchered it.
I've got some butanediol.
Yeah, butanediol.
It's an organic chemical which belongs to the family of secondary alcohols.
Cool. So, anyways,
used mainly for surfactants, inks, solvents for natural synthetic flavoring agents.
We don't care about that.
So you guys did about as well in science as I did.
So yeah, we did science too. So they experimented on this, but what they found out was it was making everybody drunk in the same way that alcohol makes you drunk. But the thing that's different than this is beneficial to your body. It's not a toxin like how alcohol is. So like it doesn't have to be processed through your liver. It doesn't go into your bloodstream like alcohol is as a toxin. So it's an organic substance that you drink, but it gets you drunk or maybe like a high like a drunk. And so our question is which we already talked about this. We're definitely going to bring this on the show at some point. We're going to experiment on it. So NASA created seltzers. Other companies have created seltzers, so you can get these seltzers that
it exists. Okay.
Yes, it exists, and you can on Amazon. You can even get like the pure chemical, and you can like take shots. So we'll probably do that too, but we're gonna experiment with it and see what it tastes like. So we want to see like, is it the same, equivalent to being drunk? Does it? Our questions are: do you think it would make you like? Does it make you do the same things as alcohol, like lose your inhibition, your memory, or do you stay sharp, but you're just drunk? So it'd be like more like a high. You know what I mean? Like, isn't that crazy to think about? Like,
so
you get drunk, but like you're not drunk. It's not like a toxin.
So this is FDA approved, I guess, to be.
I think so. Yeah, you can get it on. Like I said, you can get the pure substance on Amazon. You can like Google it. You can order like now they've. The thing is the reason why it's not like so popular is what Kevin was saying. It was like, well, you would think it'd be more popular. I think it's because it's not really like commercialized and it's pretty pricey. Like I think we looked up a 12-pack and it was like $40 to $60 for a 12-pack. As opposed to like
aren't going to promote it either, right? Like they don't want to take away from the alcohol service too.
But isn't that cool? Are you looking it up right now? Yeah, you look it up. 1,3-butanediol.
So
spell
and even NASA, yeah, butanediol. It's
butanediol. But so I brought up the point, Adam, that like I don't think it can give you the same feeling because if I'm not mistaken, alcohol, goes to your liver, and that's what causes you to get the way that you feel whenever you're drinking,
No,
right?
it's not. No, it's not the liver. The liver filters it.
Yeah.
It goes into your bloodstream, and that's what makes you. So that bloodstream goes to your brain. So the toxins get to your brain, and you basically are poisoned.
Well,
That's
full
what alcohol does.
disclosure here, I don't drink alcohol anymore. For our listeners or viewers, I quit about a year and a half ago.
Not because you had to.
Yeah, I just decided it wasn't for me anymore. I was bigger than I'd ever been in my life, and I decided to make some changes, and that was the first one.
And he's lost a lot of weight, and he looks great. I love you, Daddy.
Way better looking than all these fools now.
Looking sexy, Daddy.
I guess I was then too, but
absolutely.
But I'm willing to try this because I want to see.
Look,
like
Adam's amazed. I see his face. All you listeners, he's looking. He's just like he's stunned, kind of. He's like really interested and intrigued in it.
Well, it looks like it's safe and tolerable in healthy older adults. A randomized, parallel arm, double-blind, placebo-controlled pilot study. You're not going to give it to kids.
I mean, that's just a given.
A lot of kids.
But I mean, is it
safe for adults?
Is this regulated? I mean, you like.
Yeah, I mean, you can get it. You can I can go on Google and buy a 12-pack.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's regulated, right?
So I followed this guy, and he was talking about it. That's how I got on it. And he actually ordered a 12-pack, and he ordered the Pure Chemical. I'd never seen him try the Pure Chemical, but he only, in the episode that I saw, he only drank a little bit of one of the seltzers, and he said it was a little bitter.
Yeah.
It's still, you can still handle it, but we don't know if he drinks alcohol and stuff. I'm sure
seltzers I feel like seltzers are bitter.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But like even NASA has drinks you can get, I saw, but the ones that he got weren't from NASA. I mean, like a lot of people make them. And wouldn't that be cool for us to get? And
it sounds like we have it, guys. We're going to do a follow-up with Adam, and we're going to all do this.
I just had deja vu of this. Yeah.
This is interesting. This is really cool.
Yeah, he's looking. I mean, I love that you're reading on dead air right now. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. Everybody that's listening to this that can't see your face.
You guys are talking plenty about it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's cool. But anyways, I think we should wrap it up. But we never even got to us throwing out quick questions at him. But before we do wrap up, I'm just going to throw something at you real quick before we sign off, because we need to sign off real quick. All right. Marry F. Kill Pope, St. Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr. Marry F. Kill.
Not interested.
No, got to do it. Got to do it. You got to do it. Come on, you got like 10 seconds. Marry F. Kill.
No.
Pope, St. Teresa,
Martin Luther King Jr.
Kill the Pope.
Going to hell. That was a good choice, honestly, I think.
Marry Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, you would.
And,
you effed a saint. You're a horrible human being.
Why?
All right, well.
She could get it, man.
I don't know. I think that would take her out of her sainthood, man.
What?
You're no longer a saint.
You gonna be a virgin to be a saint?
She's a nun, you asshole.
She was a nun.
Let's be real here. Then he effed her.
All right, let's get out of here. Anyways, guys,
give me another one. Give me another one.
Oh, okay. Marry F. Kill.
Oh, these are all Marry F. Kills.
No.
I mean, a rapid fire.
Would you rather? Would you rather?
Oh, jeez.
Would you rather lose one limb of your choosing? It has to be a whole limb, arm or leg of your choosing, or right now, or be a little person. Right now, boom. Like I said poof. Poof. Poof.
My
Poof,
brain,
and you lose an arm.
It won't work that fast.
There's a lot of psychology to this.
There's a lot of psychology to this.
Everything, your whole arm or your whole leg. It's like a right arm, left leg, right leg, or be a little person. And you have to tell us, if you choose a limb, you tell us which one and why.
A limb.
I know what I'd choose.
Which one? Which limb?
Oh, a full-on limb, a full arm, or like is it?
Yeah. Kevin, did I explain the rules correctly, or did I not? I mean,
Listen,
Carl don't pay attention.
Carl Pilkington.
I'm trying to get around it. I'm trying to get around it. Can I lose a hand?
You have to lose it all. The whole thing to the nub, to your shoulder, or to your hip. Shoulder to hip.
Think of it this way: you can Lieutenant Dan it, dude, and just get some fake legs.
Probably.
Oh, good.
Oh, you would do a leg? I'd probably do an arm. You would do a leg?
Well, I'd still be taller than the little person.
Would you?
Yeah, even with one leg.
Oh, you're just worried about your height.
Yeah, duh. That's my only thing. That's all I got.
That's right. Yeah, but you'd have both.
I don't know. Like,
there's fetishes for little people. I don't know, but is there fetishes for one leg?
With one leg too.
One leg men?
Yeah.
Damn.
We don't look at the same websites apparently.
Man, I know.
You also the rapid
Adam
fire is
took way
interesting.
too long.
I got to analyze these things. I can't go rapid fire. I'm the wrong person. You can cut all
Right.
this out if you don't want to use it. I gotta think about these things and think about the benefits of either. Are there many benefits to being a little person?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, the world's bigger. Everything's bigger. Imagine getting full so much quicker. Eating food. It's a lot cheaper.
This is stuff Jake thinks about all the time.
Yeah. Everything's getting more expensive.
Jason had a week to think about this. I had 30 seconds.
Everything's getting more expensive. Food would last you longer.
I was thinking more of the like, who's gonna make fun of me more? Who's gonna stare, point, make fun of?
Oh, so you're shallow.
Yeah.
They're not going to know if you have a Lieutenant Dan leg, dude.
You're shallow.
Yeah, Jake, I'm shallow.
You just walk with a little bit of a limp.
All right. Do we have any other fire questions? I can think of another. Would you rather?
What did they do with Billy Madison? Whatever. Who would you rather bone?
Meg Ryan or Jack Nicholson, right? Something like
Yeah.
Meg Ryan or Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson now, or yeah.
Excuse me. So sorry for interrupting. That is correct.
Yeah, that's the best part. He's just taking his.
Chris Farley. Anyways, I think we've done a good job. I mean, I know we went well over.
Yeah.
Now, but,
feel free to cut whatever.
We'll get off here and we'll talk a little bit more. But hey, guys, so please write in. Tell us what you think about any of the topics that we talked about. We talked about Hot Tuah girl. We talked about JT. We talked about
Kings Island,
the roller coaster. Let's go. We talked about the NASA butanol. 1,3 butanol. Let's get drunk off of it. We will get drunk off of it at some point.
We're bringing Adam back for that, by the way.
Yeah, or let us know what you think about Adam's story. Hit us up at Two Bros with Benefits. Two Bros with Benefits at gmail.com. Again,
you've been saying brothers the whole episode.
It's Two Bros with Benefits.
Two Bros with Benefits at gmail.com.
We're on TikTok. You can email us. You can write us a message on TikTok. You can see us on
Spotify.
Instagram.
See us on YouTube.
Listen
you can see us on TikTok.
Listen to us on Spotify.
Well,
watch us on YouTube. Are you nuts?
You know what I meant.
Yep. And look for Justin Timberlake on Trolls.
Yeah.
If
you don't know who Justin Timberlake, if you don't know who JT is, watch Trolls and you'll know.
Again, that's Two Bros with Benefits at gmail.com. Hit us up. Let us know because we need some fan mail. We're going to do a Q&A from fans eventually at the end of this, and we would love to hear from you. So,
Adam, thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
it's been a lot of fun,
Adam.
man.
You were awesome, dude. We really appreciate you. You're like the best.
Yeah, thanks for sharing your story with the world. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was really great.
Of course. All right. Thanks, guys, for having me. I love you both.
Yeah, I
love you, bro.
Man.
We'll talk to you guys.
Right. Hey,
wait.
I got to ask you one last question.
Yeah.
Kevin, you know what to do. So anyways,